Welcome to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, Nepco, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi is next.
Here's a three in the corner on the way! Yes! Yes! Big time three at a big time moment.
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 Stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Top of the key for three! Splash! Big time three. Here comes Vice driving inside, stolen, picked up by Samantha Marks. Oh, man, he made it happen!
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
The new era continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the historic rivalry is renewed as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays host the Knox Redskins in the Nest. This is Indiana High School basketball. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play, our sports analyst, Terry Minix. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. Welcome you to the Nest in North Judson, Indiana, 46366. We are back for more as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. Merry Christmas to everyone listening as we get ready for our 16th basketball broadcast of the season. We have seen the Knox Redskins once, but have yet to see the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre. We have, however, spoken with both head coaches of these teams on the Saturday Sports Line a couple of times. But when we look at the Blue Jays, they are led by Kent Cheesem in his 4th season as the head coach. The Jays started their 2023-2024 season on the road, picking up a big win over another one of their cross-county rivals in the Oregon Davis Bobcats, 59-33. They then traveled to River Forest and won 61-24. The Blue Jays hosted Rochester for their first home game on December 8th and won 50-45. The next night, they traveled to the launch pad in Union Mills to take on the South Central Satellites and won 55-31. Their first loss came to Morgan Township in a close one. 56-54 was the final. They won their next game against Westville 69-37. The Blue Jays come into tonight's matchup at 5-1 on the year. Leading the team in the scoring department is Quinn Bales, averaging 18.3 points per game. Right behind him is Josiah McDaniel, averaging 16.7 points per game. And rounding out the top three is Cole Wilcox. He's averaging 8.2 a game. Wilcox also leads the team in the rebounding department, averaging 7.2 boards per game. The team's assist leader is Connor Benson, averaging 3.7 dimes per game. And then the team's steals leader is Josiah McDaniel, averaging 1.5 snags per game. As a whole, the Blue Jays offense is averaging 58 points per game right now, and their defense has allowed 37.7 points per game up to this point. Sounds like they can get on the defensive end. We turn now to our sports analyst, two-time Indiana High School basketball state champion head coach, Terry Minix. Merry Christmas, Coach.
Merry Christmas, Mitch.
Feels good to be back. We're in the nest this time. Last year we were in Harold Weinberg Gymnasium. This year it's in the nest, and you can already see how busy it is tonight. Everyone's here supporting either the Blue Jays or the Redskins.
Yeah, it don't get any better than this. I mean, honestly, you got Christmas. The family's all back for the holidays. You know, we talked about it kind of off air about this was supposed to be played right before Thanksgiving, and now when a lot of people were back at that time, and this time everybody's back for Christmas time. So
this is perfect.
we're gonna get a great crowd. It's that good old backyard rivalry thing that we love. And I think I said last year, it's really a war. And in any place in the rest of the state, it's a basketball game, but not when you talk Stark County. You're talking about a war among men. As far as on the basketball court, and they're going to give everything they got tonight.
Well, give us your thoughts on this new look North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay team. It's changed a little bit since last year. Yeah,
I mean, they obviously lost a lot of talent from last year's team, who was really, really good. But with Ken Cheatham, who's a heck of a coach, everybody knows that. It's just about replacing a few people, and everybody knows his system, or all the kids know his system. So he's not going to have any problems. He's going to keep the train rolling down the track, and he's got a lot of talented young kids. And after watching that JV team earlier in this tonight, he's got a lot of talent all the way down, freshmen and sophomores. Yep. So I think things are loaded up for a while for Coach Cheatham.
Man, I am so excited for tonight. We turn the page and look at the Redskins of Knox, Indiana. Head coach Joe Eskridge he's in his second season leading the boys program. They started their season on December 9th hosting Culver Community, winning 66-50. We were there for that one. They followed that up with another win over Caston, 57-42. Then fell on the road to LaPorte, 62-28 for their first loss. The Redskins come into this rivalry matchup at 2-1 on the year. Leading the Redskins in the scoring department is Caleb Schwant, averaging 15.3 points per game. Right behind him is Jay Sean Tinsley, averaging 10.3, and then Nolan Short rounds out the top three, averaging 7.3. Leading the team in rebounds is Caleb Schwant. He's averaging 7.3 boards per game. Jake Conroy and Jay Sean Tinsley both lead the team in steals, averaging 3 per game, and Rowan Jordan leads the team in assists, averaging just under 4 dimes per game. Their offense as a whole is averaging 50.3 points per game right now, and their defense is allowing 51.3 points per game. Coach, give us your thoughts on this Redskin team so far.
Well, I mean, you had the top 3 leading scorers for them, and you didn't hear any of them 3 from last year's team.
Not at all.
They lost a lot of talent from that last year's team, but I tell you, we watched them earlier in the year, and quite frankly, I was totally impressed. And not just because, obviously, them 3, what they could do, but overall, the whole team dynamic. And the reason I'm saying that was the team defense. I was impressed on how they were running and jumping all over the floor. I mean, I know when you got a team coached by Joe Eskridge, it's going to be about defense. But I guess I was just because of who they lost from last year's team, I didn't know what to expect. But I tell you what, after watching that game, Mitch, I was really, really impressed how they shared the basketball and how well they played defense.
I agree, and I think it starts with Jay-Sean Tinsley bringing the ball up the court, and if he can get the rock moving around, who knows what can happen. And then don't forget, Jake Conroy, we saw him come off the bench, and where we didn't really see him play very often last season, boy, he stepped into a big-time role this year.
Right, and then you get a Miles McLaughlin.
Yep.
I mean, they have got so many talented kids that, honestly, I think you could take it. Well, I guess both these teams, you probably could start up a euchre club and they would be competitive, or chess match or whatever. They're just that type of kids, and they can play anything. Probably good at tennis and everything else. So that's why I'm really looking forward to this game tonight. I mean, I know looking at John Harrell, they've got a pretty good spread that he thinks, but I'm a little hesitant on it because anytime you talk about a rivalry game, especially here in Stark County, I think, it's a bounce here or there, and basically who wants it more, and, who gets them 50-50 balls. So, I'd call it a 50-50 game. If I was in Vegas, it would be a pick 'em.
Boy, this is so exciting. If I could choose my mom as my teammate, I'd take you in euchre any day, Coach.
Yeah. Depends on who I've got on my team. If I got Estock, I think we got you.
Oh, boy. We got one brewing here for us, and we got a one brewing here in the nest as we are expecting a great evening of IHSAA boys basketball action as we appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
A very Merry Christmas to my good friend John Thompson as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. We are lucky to say no injuries to report tonight, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Big time shout out to a former coworker of mine, John Lathrop, all the way from Indianapolis, tuning in right now. Used to work with him at Fox 59 and CBS 4. He has been in the broadcasting business for 45 years. I'd say the cat knows a thing or two about broadcasting. Wanted to appreciate him for tuning in tonight all the way from Indianapolis. Hope you're doing good, John. Merry Christmas to you, as we invite all of you to stay tuned as we will hear from Joe Eskridge of the Redskins and Kent Cheatham of the Blue Jays after the break in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
I'm here with head coach of the Knox Redskins, Joe Eskridge. Coach, you come into tonight, we've talked about it before, records go out the window. It's a historic rivalry between you and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. What do you know about the Blue Jays at this time?
They're a very tough team. They come out, they won some ball games so far this year. They're off to a good start. So, they got some guys that can really shoot the ball, and they play hard. So our guys, we've been working hard too. So we'll come out and we'll have to match that.
What has to happen tonight in your eyes from your boys?
We got to come out and make sure that we are on our assignments and talking and taking care of the basketball and rebounding the basketball.
Message to Redskin Nation who may be listening.
Hey, let's go and come over here and bring a victory back to Knox.
Coach, as always, I appreciate your time. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Yep, same deal.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
I'm here with head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Kent Cheatham. Coach, we come into tonight's matchup, not much to say. It's Knox North Judson-San Pierre. What do you know about the Knox Redskins?
Well, they're big and they're athletic, and defensively they're really good. And, it's going to be a tough challenge for us tonight.
What do you have to see from your boys on the floor tonight?
Well, we just need to be sharp in everything that we do. I mean, they're a well-rounded team. We need to be the same, hit our defensive assignments correctly in our rotations, and offensively move the ball quickly, not let it stick in our hands, and hopefully get on the glass a little bit tonight.
Message to Blue Jay Nation who may be listening.
Well, hey, Brian Orcus is out there listening tonight, and I know he's had some anxiety here at the end of the semester, but everything is behind him now, and we're just happy that he's listening, and then we'll see him on Thursday next week.
Coach, as always, I appreciate your time. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to your family.
All right, thank you.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out, because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park, with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School boys basketball action, what are your keys to the game as a Knox Redskin, Terry?
Well, the big thing for them is they've got to limit their turnovers. They have to take care of the basketball, value that basketball. The other thing is limit the amount of shots that North Judson's going to get. I mean, you would think they have a little bit of a size advantage, and the last time I saw them, they did a nice job of that. So they can limit them to one shot or less each time up the floor while they, win the turnover battle. They'll be okay.
All right, now flip sides. If you're the head coach of North Judson-San Pierre, what has to happen in order to get this rivalry win the weekend before Christmas?
Well, I think the big thing is you want to get the crowd going as quick as you can. They've got a lot of fans here tonight. They've got their whole side here, plus part of the other side. And the big thing is they need to be able to crash the boards. I think Coach said that. They've got to take care of glass, get the extra opportunities. And if they do that, get to the charity stripe, knock them down, they're going to have a victory tonight.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park, with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Go ahead, sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our KVB starting lineups are next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration your local Armstrong dealer a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
Puts up a floater. Oh my gosh! High off the glass.
Now it's time for the KVB starting lineups.
For the Redskins of Knox, Indiana, starting at point guard is Jay-Sean Tinsley. The 2 guard is Rowan Jordan. At the small forward, we'll see Nolan Short. The power forward is Jaden Strong, and at the 5 is Caleb Schwant. For the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre from North Judson, Indiana, starting at point guard is Connor Benson. At the 2 is Josiah McDaniel. Starting small forward is Quinn Bales. At the 4 is Lucas Birkin, and at the 5 is Cole Wilcox. That is our KVB starting lineups as we will be back to get set for tip-off. Hey, you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Merry Christmas from North Judson, Indiana. Welcome to game number 16 of our Indiana high school basketball season between the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the Knox Redskins. The rivalry is renewed. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. We also want to let you know Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR will always be there too. Join the boss, Tony Ross, on Max 98.3 FM every day as well for even more content involving your area. Between WYMR and WKVI, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting has you covered. Follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter, at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max. For all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content, you can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. There are no excuses. We are literally in the palm of your hand. Well, we are proud to let you know the PA announcer tonight in the nest is Nathan Radke. The scoreboard operator is Dave Altman. The official statistician tonight in the nest is Nick Radke. Our officials for this evening are Isaac Moore, Jalen Robinson, and Brian Specht. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play, we are honored to have sports analyst Terry Minix up here with me in the KVB booth. We look around our area schools, coach, and see the Oregon Davis Bobcats on the road at Wheeler, still searching for their first win. What do you think transpires at Wheeler tonight?
Well, I know at halftime the boys are up 27-22 at halftime, so hope the boys in Coach Center can bring home that first win for himself and get things rolling.
Next up, we see the Culver Cavaliers at 5-2 on the road at Washington Township. Culver Cavaliers look pretty good this year. Do you think things go well against Washington Township?
Yeah, I mean, his defense, he does such a great job, and I could see him getting a victory out of that.
Let's turn things over to our PA announcer, Nathan Radke, for our national anthem. Every morning, join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. You can catch our stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. Coach, we had one other team in action tonight. The Winamac Warriors, 2-6 right now. They take on Rossville in the second round of the Indiana Kitchen Classic being held in Delphi. We haven't seen the Winamac Warriors quite yet. We haven't had a chance to meet head coach Mike Springer either, something we will be doing in January. I know there's not much to go off for the Winamac Warriors, but do you know anything about the Indiana Kitchen Classic?
Actually, I do not. So I would just be guessing, and hopefully Winamac can come home with a victory.
Yeah, we can hope that the Warriors take care of business against Rossville tonight, as we are now getting ready for the starting lineups of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. They've doused the lights. They've got spotlights going around in the area. It's pretty cool how they make a show. And last night we realized for the girls team, they had pre-produced promos that they play on the Jumbotron. There, see them? They had Cole Wilcox spinning a basketball on his finger. They put his picture on the Jumbotron. It's a video of him doing so with his name, grade, and number. There you see Quinn Bales. He's got a hammer in his hand, pointed it at the crowd. There's Lucas Burkett dribbling behind his back. You know, they make it seem like we're going to a Pacer game.
Yeah, it's great. That scoreboard is beautiful. This is a beautiful gym. I'll say it's beautiful. I really never liked playing in this gym. Because they were always
beat them.
Yeah, they were always good, no matter if it was guys, girls, and what year it was. They just North Judson-San Pierre always has great basketball teams.
Tonight's tip-off is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award, given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana High School boys basketball action. Historic rivalry action from North Judson, Indiana. In the middle is Quinn Bales and Rowan Jordan to take the tip here. As this is a most anticipated matchup we all have been waiting for a long time. Man, I love this game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's football or basketball. You know these guys are going to go at it.
The JT Shirt Shack tip is up and away, and Cole Wilcox is going to come up with possession and kick it back to Connor Benson, who then finds Josiah McDaniel. Back up top, this is number 11. That's Lucas Burkett. Now he finds Quinn Bales, far side of the court, driving baseline. Nice little up and under. 2-0. The Blue Jays lead early here in this historic rivalry. Jay-Sean Tinsley to bring it across half court for the Redskins. He then finds Rowan Jordan on the far side of the court. It looks like the Blue Jays are in a man-to-man here, Coach. Back up top to Short, who then finds Tinsley. Tinsley over to Jordan. Jordan now back to Tinsley, who then finds number 4 in the note, stolen by Quinn Bales. And here he comes all the way down, and he gets it and 1 to go. Scoop and score for Mr. Bales. Looked pretty good, Coach.
Yeah, that was a really good move when he got to the basket. That foul is going to be on Jay-Sean Tinsley. That's his first, obviously.
So Quinn Bales is at the line. He's going to take his first his and one opportunity, and he's going to make it count. 5-0 early, all points to Quinn Bales. Now on the other side of the floor, it's Jay-Sean Tinsley finding Rowan Jordan, back to Tinsley, and then over to Nolan Short. Short looking inside, nothing there. Back up top to Tinsley. Swings it over to Jordan. Jordan has Josiah McDaniel on him. Back up top to Tinsley. Tinsley between his legs, swings it over to Rowan Jordan. Jordan back up top to Tinsley, who then finds Nolan Short. Looking inside to Jaden Strong, nothing there. Back to Jay-Sean Tinsley. Gets inside the paint, kick out the Schwant, 15-footer in the corner, no good. And the Blue Jays are going to come up with it. Connor Benson on the rebound. He pushes it forward to Josiah McDaniel, who crosses half court. Now Josiah's going inside, and he's going to miss the right-handed layup. Rebounded by Nolan Short, and here come the Redskins. 5-0 early. 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Jay-Sean Tinsley at the volleyball line, top of the key with Connor Benson on him. Man-to-man here from the Blue Jays, as I said a moment ago. Tinsley kicks it over to Rowan Jordan, far side of the court, back to Tinsley. Tinsley back and forth now. dribbling, trying to find space, kicks it back over to Jordan. A lot of standing around, Coach.
Too much standing right now.
Tinsley into Schwann at the left elbow, who then finds Nolan Short for a nice 15-footer at the right elbow. No good. Rebound at Connor Benson. Pushes it forward to Lucas Burkett. Here comes Lucas inside, lowered his shoulder, and they're going to call him for a charge. Little too aggressive there.
That's his team first. I think Knox has to come down, get a little more motion in their offense a little bit. There was just too much dribbling right out there by Tinsley and kind of standing around trying to figure out, well, are they for sure in a man? The easiest way, which I always tell my players, the first one is pass away and cut through as a point guard. You're going to find out real quick.
Real quick. You have no choice at that point.
Yep.
Jay-Sean Tinsley now trying to make something happen. Now finds Rowan Jordan. Back up top to Nolan Short. Now inside to Jaden Strong. Cole Wilcox on him. Back up top to Short. Swings it over. This is Jay-Sean Tinsley. Behind his back. Trying to create space. Now behind his back again. Pulls it back out. Nothing there, Coach.
No.
He's trying to create space. Then finds Rowan Jordan on the far corner. Nice find inside to Caleb Schwant, no good from 13. Rebound to Jaden Strong, and his putback's no good. And then there's Rowan Jordan for the rebound, and his putback is good. The Redskins get on the board 5-2 here. It's Connor Benson bringing it across half court. He finds Josiah McDaniel. Then a foul is called on the floor.
It's going to be on Jaden Strong. It's his first, team second.
So out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Blue Jays. Connor Benson to take it out. He slaps the ball, gets it to Quinn Bales on the far corner. Back up top to Josiah McDaniel, then swings it around to Benson. Benson with Tinsley on him, inside to Cole Wilcox. Moves inside, no good. Blocked by Caleb Schwant. Here come the Redskins. Short brings it across half court and finds Jay-Sean Tinsley. 4:50 to go here in the opening quarter, 5-2. The Blue Jays lead in this historic rivalry. Nobody misses in this area. Tinsley up top. The Redskins are taking their time here on each possession. Tinsley looking inside, nothing there. Swings it over to Nolan Short. Short back up top to Jay-Sean Tinsley. Step back, pops a three. No good. Rebounded inside. Jaden Strong, his putback is no good. And then Cole Wilcox comes up with the rebound. 4:20 to go now in the first. McDaniel with the ball, crosses half court, kicks it over to Connor Benson. Benson now bringing it inside, almost lost it. Now on the floor, saves it back to Quinn Bales. Deep three, top of the key, in and out. Fight for the rebound. Guess who? Cole Wilcox comes up with it. Cole back up top. This is Josiah McDaniel, and the Blue Jays are going to reset. He finds Connor Benson at the volleyball line up top with Jaden Strong on him. Under 4 minutes to go. Finds Josiah McDaniel, far corner three on the way. Splash! Big time three for Josiah McDaniel. 8-2 here early. Tinsley finds Rowan Jordan, another three on the way. Rowan Jordan, big time three, 8-5. The Redskins pull within three here. Benson bringing it across half court. He finds Josiah McDaniel on the far side of the floor, then back up top to Cole Wilcox. Swings it over. This is number 10, Owen Radke, who just checked in a moment ago. Inside to Josiah McDaniel. Swings it back to Radke. Far corner, big time three, baby. Owen Radke. 3 threes in a row from each team here. Well, 2 for the Blue Jays, 1 for the Redskins. You know what I'm saying. Back up to Jay-Sean Tinsley up top. Dribbling between his legs, he finds Rowan Jordan, then over to Jaden Strong. Strong back up to Jordan. Jordan now over to Short. Short now to the far corner to Tinsley. Back up top to Short. Inside to Schwant. Back out to Strong. Thought about a three. No. Now to Schwant at the left elbow. Tried to get it inside to Strong. Swings it over to Short. Fakes right, goes left, pops it from the right elbow. And a nice little shot from Nolan Short. Pulls within 4, 11-7 here with 2:35 to go. Points are on the board fast here for each team.
That was good patient offense that time by the Redskins.
Benson to bring it across half court with Jay-Sean Tinsley all over him. Here comes Schwant to help. Almost stole it, but no, saved it over to Josiah McDaniel. Now to the far corner. It's Quinn Bales. Tried to entry pass to Connor Benson, but no, stolen by the Redskins. And then they're going to almost lose it. Radke trailing, and it goes out of bounds to stay here. And here in the early going, Coach, of course it's unofficial. I don't have a turnover for the Redskins as of now. I have 3 for the Blue Jays.
Probably not. I do have a score from the OD game. 5 minutes to go in the third. They're tied 29-29.
We'll keep an eye on that game as we really hope the Bobcats are able to get a win tonight, as a deep 3 from Jay-Sean Tinsley is no good. Rebounded inside by Quinn Bales. Last 2 minutes here of the first quarter. The Blue Jays lead 11-7. Bales brings it across half court, finds space inside, pops up a little floater. No good, but he's fouled, and he will go to the line, as tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call my good friend Joe Isnepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to the entire Nepp family. Quinn Bales' first free throw is up, away, and good, making it 12-7. Now we're going to see Jake Conroy check in. We saw Miles McLaughlin check in a moment ago as well. Jaden Strong and Jay-Sean Tinsley have taken a seat. So Quinn Bales is at the line for his second free throw, and he makes it count. 13-7, a 6-point ball game. The last 2 minutes of the first quarter, the Blue Jays are in the lead here. Rowan Jordan gets it to Caleb Schwant, and he traveled. He wasn't expecting the pass from Rowan Jordan.
Well, usually you're 6'5" kid, you're not throwing the ball back
just trying
to
to
them in the middle of the court.
Just a little miscommunication here, as the Blue Jays will inbound backcourt to Connor Benson. Jake Conroy on him. Benson hands off to McDaniel, then finds Radke. Radke fakes a pass to the right, now finds Sam Hollum. He just checked in. Haven't seen him in a while. Back up top, Josiah McDaniel pops the 3. No good, and rebounded Rowan Jordan, and here come the Redskins. Picks up his dribble, finds Jake Conroy. Conroy moving to the right now. Josiah McDaniel on him, picks up his dribble. Up top of the key, it's Caleb Schwant, almost tripping. Finds his balance there, then gets it to Miles McLaughlin, who then kicks it over to Jake Conroy. Last minute 15 here. Redskins trying to put points on the board. They find Nolan Short, top of the key. Short, then over to Jake Conroy, far side of the floor. Conroy, skip pass to Rowan Jordan. Almost stolen, back to Jake Conroy. Conroy crosses over, up top to Nolan Short. Last minute here. Short, back up top, Jake Conroy. Very patient are the Redskins. Inside to Rowan Jordan. Nice turnaround shot from the post, blocked. Rebounded by Caleb Schwant. His shot was blocked, and then saved by Quinn Bales. So here come the Blue Jays. Connor Benson to Sam Hollum. Back to Benson. Now to Hollum, and he tried to get Sam Hollum in the corner, and right when he passed to him, Sam was already going baseline, and it goes behind and out of bounds. Trying to save it, but he couldn't make it happen, Coach.
Again, I think I would like to see Schwant get a ball with him on the block with his back to the basket.
Agree.
Seems like he's away from everything at this point.
Last 20 seconds here, 13-7, the Blue Jays lead. Jake Conroy, top of the key at the volleyball line. He finds Nolan Short. Short now. Here's the last 10 seconds to Rowan Jordan. Last 8. Miles McLaughlin in the far corner. Back to Rowan Jordan. Last 3 seconds. Here comes Rowan. Back to Miles McLaughlin. Big time 3 on the way. Splash, baby! 13-10, and Miles McLaughlin makes it look easy. As that's the end of the first quarter, we're going to take a break and come back. Second quarter action is coming your way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Isaac Blue and family. We appreciate their support as we go to the second quarter. 13-10, the Blue Jays lead their historic rival, the Knox Redskins. In the nest, Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Terry Minix. Merry Christmas to all. score update from the Culver Cavalier game. They are facing Washington Township and trail at the half, 30-27. So just 3 points behind are the Culver Cavaliers. We'll keep our eye on that game. As back in action for our game, the Redskins will inbound to Rowan Jordan, and he'll bring it across half court. Rowan Jordan finds Jake Conroy here. Back over to Miles McLaughlin, and then to the far side of the floor, it's Rowan Jordan looking inside to Caleb Schwann. He didn't want to get it to him. Now back over to Jake Conroy. Conroy looking in. Ooh, almost traveled, saved it. Back over to Miles McLaughlin near us. Now back up top to Jake Conroy. Quinn Bales on Conroy. He gets it over to Rowan Jordan and then to Miles McLaughlin. Thought about a three, but no. Sam Hollum on him. Miles takes that as disrespect, drives around him, no good. And then a fight for the rebound. Rowan Jordan comes up with it.
Nice hustle.
And couldn't get his rebound to go. And yeah, you just saw a nice little rebound. Rowan Jordan, he gets in there. We've called his name several times during that Culver matchup. He's able to get in there and make some things happen.
The foul's on Cole Wilcox. It's his first. Team first.
First free throw from Jordan is good. As we're going to see Lucas Burkett check in for Owen Radke. So for the Blue Jays, we see Josiah McDaniel, Cole Wilcox, Quinn Bales, Lucas Burkett, and Sam Hollum. So glad to see Sam out onto the court. He had a knee injury during football season, as he is getting big-time minutes here in this game. Now a missed free throw. A foul is called on the inside by Caleb Schwann for trying to get the rebound, Coach.
Yeah, must have had a little shove. Got that rebound pretty easy.
So picking up full court are the Knox Redskins as Lucas Burkett's trying to get it in. He does to Sam Hollum, almost stolen by Jake Conroy. Sam turns around. He's got the ball. Now back over to Lucas Burkett. Burkett to bring it across half court. Gets it to Quinn Bales. Near corner. Driving baseline, pops it from 10, no good, and rebounded Nolan Short. Here come the Redskins. They trail by 2, pushing it forward to Miles McLaughlin.
Ooh,
he has space, wide open three on the way. No good, too hard, and rebounded by Josiah McDaniel. About the same spot he hit the one to end the first quarter. Under 7 here in the second quarter. Quinn Bales now back up top to Cole Wilcox. Swings it over to Burkett. Now over to Sam Hollum. Looking inside, nothing there. Back up top to McDaniel. Then over to Burkett. Then into the near corner to Cole Wilcox. Back up top to Quinn Bales. Over to Burkett. Then over to McDaniel in the far corner. He's driving baseline. McLaughlin on him. Has to get rid of it, and he's going to throw it away. Oh, and Nolan Short's going to save it. He's not going to let it go out of bounds. They're on the other end of the floor now. Back up top to Miles McLaughlin. Inside to Schwann. Schwann trying to post move. Gets rid of it back to McLaughlin at the right elbow. Then hands back to Schwann. Schwann spins around, and he's called for a travel.
That's why, I'm one proponent, and I think I say it every time I'm here. I just like my big guy being with his back to the basket, down on the block, because when they got to do all that dribbling, it's a little more than what we want our big guys doing.
Well, especially when the D shrinks in like that.
Right,
he's surrounded.
Collapse, yeah.
He's surrounded on all sides.
They do have a lot better movement, though, on their offense in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Benson brings it across half court, then gets it to Cole Wilcox, top of the key, over to Josiah McDaniel, then back to Wilcox. He then finds Connor Benson. Benson in the near corner with Jake Conroy on him. Both teams are in a man-to-man tonight. Benson
nice
dump off pass to Lucas Burkett, and he gets it to go. 15-11. The Blue Jays get on the board here in this quarter. Nolan Short wide open for 3. No good, and trying to save it was Rowan Jordan, but it goes out of bounds. So the Blue Jays take over here.
Jay-Sean Tinsley coming back into the game.
And that means Nolan Short will take a seat.
I think the Redskins have picked up their D a little bit. I mean, they're obviously full court, but getting a little more heated.
Benson bringing it forward. Tinsley on him. He crosses half court. Hands off to Josiah McDaniel. Then finds Lucas Burkett. Then over to Quinn Bales. Entry pass to the right block is Josiah McDaniel. Here comes the double. Miles McLaughlin helped. Back up to Cole Wilcox, who then swings it over to Connor Benson. Getting inside. Puts up the left-handed layup. And he gets it to go. 17-11. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Tinsley brings it across half court. And he kicks it over to Miles McLaughlin, who then finds Rowan Jordan. Jordan back to McLaughlin, who then swings it over to Jake Conroy. Jake back to McLaughlin and then over to Jordan. Jordan back to Conroy. Conroy over to Tinsley. Tinsley fakes left, goes right, and the travel's called.
Unforced turnovers. I'll kill you.
Connor Benson gets the inbound pass, and he's going to bring it up with Tinsley all over it. Crosses half court. Now hands off to McDaniel, who then gets it to Burkett, and then to Quinn Bales. Bales inside to Cole Wilcox. Blocked from behind by Tinsley. Rebounded by Caleb Schwann, and here they come. It's Tinsley behind his back, going right, inside, has space, puts up a floater. No good, and rebounded by Lucas Burkett. Burkett pushes it forward to McDaniel. McDaniel now on the near side of the floor. Spins, shoots it. No good, and rebounded Schwann. Schwann up to Tinsley. Last 4 minutes here in the first half. He finds McLaughlin. McLaughlin back to Tinsley. Up top of the key. Now over to Jake Conroy. Quinn Bales on him, and Conroy's going to bring it back up and find Tinsley. Far side of the floor, Miles McLaughlin has it. Looking inside, skip pass all the way over to Jay-Sean Tinsley. Big time three, no good. And a whistle on the floor. Fouls on Schwann on the inside.
It's his second.
So the Redskins are picking up full court here. Quinn Bales inbounds it to Connor Benson and then gets it back to Quinn Bales. He's got Rowan Jordan on him, comes across half court, and he's going to take a timeout. As today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894. Ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Howard and his entire family. Coach, in the timeout here, what are you talking about?
Well, just, for Judson, they got to just keep doing what they're doing. They had a couple shots that should have fell. They just kind of a little quick, but they're moving and passing the ball really, really well. I'm impressed with the way they are moving without the basketball, which has helped them. That's where Knox was struggling in the very beginning. They were doing too much standing in the last 3 or 4 minutes. At least they've been moving a little bit. So I think both coaches, they just want to understand, take care of the basketball, treasure the basketball, and do a better job on the boards, limiting the amount of shots. I do have a score into third. Oregon Davis up 37-34 over Wheeler.
Tight ball game there. We'll keep our eye on the Bobcats. We also had a score update from the Culver Cavs. They trailed by 3 at the end of the first half against Washington Township. Back in our game, it's Quinn Bales driving baseline. And a foul's called. We'll see who it's on here.
I think he's going to give that to Miles, but Miles, that's his first, team third.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. It's going to be stolen by Rowan Jordan. He got in there fast. And here comes Rowan on the other end of the floor, driving baseline. Picks up his dribble. Not a good spot. Back up top to Tinsley. Tinsley over to Jake Conroy. He's at the top of the key at the volleyball line.
Redskins need a good possession this time down.
Over to Tinsley. Tinsley back to Conroy. Conroy looking inside. Nothing there. Skip pass over to Rowan Jordan. Then finds Tinsley in the near corner. Connor Benson on him. Back up top to Rowan Jordan. Jordan with the ball. Quinn Bales on him. Dribbling around, drives left, trying to get that baseline. Nope, pulls it back out up top to Jake Conroy. Conroy.
Still a lot of standing right now.
Yeah, I know. Up to Tinsley, crossing over, step back. Now he's going inside. Out to the big-time corner three. Splash. Jake Conroy in the near corner. What a find from Tinsley. And then on the other end of the floor, it's Burkett. Getting it to Owen Radke. Entry pass to Cole Wilcox, who gets the turnaround shot from the post to go. 19-14's the score. 2:20 to go here in the first half. Miles McLaughlin kicks it back up top to Tinsley, who then swings it over to Jake Conroy. Conroy's got plenty of space here. Then over to Tinsley. Tinsley looking inside. Nothing there. Skip pass to Rowan Jordan. They just took Schwann out a moment ago and brought in Jaden Strong. It's Tinsley going in, kick out to the corner, far corner. Rowan Jordan drives inside, dump off pass to Tinsley, fading away. Nice little right-handed layup. 19-16. And then a whistle here after the play.
Kind of a delay, kind of tapped the ball. I see one thing about the Blue Jays. I think everyone that has came in the game for the Blue Jays has scored so far, which makes it tough for the Redskins to understand.
Spreading it around.
Spread it around a little bit. They're very unselfish with the basketball. Move well without the basketball too.
Under 2 minutes here in the first half to go. 19-16, the Blue Jays lead. Far corner, Josiah McDaniel fakes left, goes right, back up top to Wilcox, who then finds Benson. Over to Owen Radke, entry pass to Quinn Bales. Quinn spinning, fading, couldn't get it to go. As now it's rebounded by Jaden Strong, and here's Nolan Short on the other end of the floor. Up top to Miles McLaughlin. McLaughlin to the far corner. It's Rowan Jordan. He's got Josiah McDaniel on him. Up top to Miles McLaughlin, and then swings it over to Jake Conroy. Conroy taking his time, last minute of the first half. Up to Miles McLaughlin. Down by 3 are the Redskins. Over to Jordan. Jordan. Now to Short. Now to the near corner. Jake Conroy drives inside, pops it from 16, no good, and the rebounds by the Blue Jays, pushing it forward to Quinn Bales, and he gets the layup to go easily. 21-16, last 30 seconds here. Short over to McLaughlin. Holding the ball, taking their time. It's McLaughlin at the free throw line. Back to Conroy. Wilcox on him. Conroy spinning around. Pulls it back out. Last 15 seconds here. Over to McLaughlin. Now over to Rowan Jordan. Jordan driving in. Over to McLaughlin. Last 10 seconds here. McLaughlin driving right, spinning around. And then a foul is called on Owen Radke here.
It's all right. That's a good foul.
You can
live with that.
It stops the clock at 7.1 seconds. It gives the Redskins an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket here. 21-16, they trail by 5. Short gets it in. It's stolen by Connor Benson. Errant pass, and he gets it to Quinn Bales. Up to Josiah McDaniel. Deep 3 on the way. No good. And that will be the end of the first half. 21-16 is the score. We're going to take a break and come back for the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. For sports analyst Terry Minix, I'm Mitch Columbi. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know while harvest may be wrapping up, the work is not done. Taking care of livestock, maintaining equipment, planning for the next season, and managing financials keeps farmers and farm families busy throughout the holidays. Laying the groundwork for a successful 2024 means next year's laborers will reap higher rewards. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers Bank and Trust. When you're ready to make a plan for next year's financial success, come into our branch in North Judson, Knox, or Culver, or visit ffbt.com to learn more. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Here's Mitch Columbi.
21-16 is the score as the Blue Jays lead the Redskins. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. I am joined by our sports analyst, Terry Minix. Coach, it's a fast-paced first half.
It really was. For the most part, it was a pretty well-played game. I think the big difference in the game is how well the Blue Jays are playing off the ball. I mean, they're passing the ball and do a lot of pass cutting, the old give and go, which I used to just call it give and go, give the ball to me and go rebound. But this way, they were passing, cutting through, and you saw some great feeds from some of their teammates and getting some easy shots underneath, where I think at times where the Redskins had kind of slowed down and were standing a little bit. A couple opportunities where they did get some threes off, but they got to do a better job of moving without the basketball.
Man, we got Chris McGowan here. What are you doing here, Chris? If I'd have known you were going to be here, I'd put you down on the sideline. I got the mic.
That's why I didn't let you know I was coming. You'd have put me to work.
I'd have put you to work. I got the mic right here.
That's all right. I'm actually shaking hands and kissing babies.
Well, you're feeling pretty good off of that big-time win over this past week. You're undefeated right now. Must be feeling good going into the Christmas season.
Yeah, Christmas break, pretty good. We'll have a workout in the morning, and we'll come back the day after Christmas and get ready for Attica on the 27th.
Remember, we're not doing the show tomorrow. No show in the morning.
I know. I'm practicing actually at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, so you get to do that for the first time in a long time.
In a long time. So, yeah, just being able to come back, just sitting at the house. I'm like, hey, Judson Knox tonight. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Well, I wish you told me. I'd have got a mic in your hand. We'd have had fun tonight. But I understand. Enjoy your night.
Right. I just want to, just kind of, meeting up with some old friends I haven't seen in a long time and hanging out with the family. So, enjoying myself.
Well, Merry Christmas, Chris.
Yeah, same to you.
All right. That's Chris McGowan, head coach of the Tri-Township Tigers, also sports analyst for Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is helping continue this wonderful tradition on KVB's WKVI. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660. They've been serving the local area since 1936. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Brian Hammond and his entire family. We're going to take a break and come back to Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Halftime show continues. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Culver's Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver's Portside Marina at 574-842-5000. Stop by and discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. We appreciate them and their support toward continuing the tradition. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to the entire Culver's Portside Marina family. As the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues, 21-16, the Blue Jays lead the Knox Redskins.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
One thing that I always hope for is a white Christmas. It just really reminds me of my childhood and being with the family. This is Mitch Columbi wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The spirit of Christmas lives every day right here on K99.3 WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
Continuing the tradition here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI, I'm Mitch Columbi. So glad to be here for you. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone listening as it's 21-16 here in this game. We are about to start the third quarter. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winnemac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition. We also thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show coming to a close. Mitch Columbi along with sports analyst Terry Minix. Coach, last few moments here. If you are the Knox Redskins down by 5, what do you got to see here first thing right out the gate?
Well, the big thing is be a little bit more patient on offense and get a little bit more movement. You know, that's the only thing I was kind of surprised at. You know, actually, the Blue Jays took Schwant pretty much out of the game. I mean, he was away from the basket. Even when he got inside, they didn't really get many opportunities. And all I have him really for now is two rebounds and 2 fouls. So they've kind of taken him completely out of the game.
And I think you also have a score update from the OD game.
Yeah, the OD game with 1:38 left at the timeout. OD's ahead 50-44.
Good for them. The Bobcats need this one. Also, the Culver Cavaliers, while they were trailing at halftime 30-27, they turned things up at the end of the third. They lead over Washington Township 46-37. And then the Winnemac Warriors in the second round of the Indiana Kitchen Classic. The Winnemac Warriors lead Rossville 31-22 at halftime as we are back in action for our game. The Blue Jays start with possession for this third quarter. It's Josiah McDaniel trying to get it into Quinn Bales. It's going to be stolen by the Redskins, and here they come. It's Caleb Schwann on the inside. Nice little move down low, and they get something going, pulling within 3 here.
Got to get him going.
Josiah McDaniel on the other end of the floor. He finds Lucas Burkett, who then kicks it over to Connor Benson inside to Josiah McDaniel.
Good shot.
Nice little turnaround shot for Josiah. Back to a 5-point ball game, 23-18. It's Jay-Sean Tinsley on the other end of the floor. Top of the key at the volleyball line. He finds Rowan Jordan. Josiah McDaniel on him. Blue Jays still in a man-to-man, as well are the Knox Redskins on the defensive end. Far corner, it's Jay-Sean Tinsley. Skip past to Jaden Strong, top of the key. Now over to Rowan Jordan. Same starting 5 for the Knox Redskins as they had in the first. It's Jay-Sean Tinsley, top of the key. Skip pass, corner, near corner, Jaden Strong. Back up top to Rowan Jordan. Entry past the foul line. It's Caleb Schwann trying to make a move in the post. Dump off pass to Rowan Jordan. It's stolen by Cole Wilcox. And here comes Cole. Picks up his dribble. Back to Josiah McDaniel. Now to the near corner. Quinn Bales pops the 3. No good, but he's fouled by Rowan Jordan. He's going to get 3 here. Oh, man.
It's going to be Rowan's second foul as well.
You saw Rowan kind of hold his hand up saying, how? That was enough for the official to call it, to put Quinn Bales at the line. 23-18. These 3 points would put him up 8 here as he sinks the first of 2. Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Mark told me they are hiring. Get your applications ready and turned in for consideration at Mark's Body Shop in Knox. Second free throw goes through for Quinn Bales as well. So here's the third free throw to make it an 8-point ball game. This is huge right now. Third free throw up, away, and good. All 3 of them. Quinn Bales knows how to shoot free throws. That's how you do it.
6 for 6 for tonight.
26-18 now the Blue Jays lead. Schwant gets it forward to Rowan Jordan across half court. And Jordan has Lucas Burkett on him. Trying to make a move, now finds Nolan Short. Far side of the floor, driving in, crossover, picks up his dribble. Back up top to Jay-Sean Tinsley. Crossover pass to Jaden Strong, back to Tinsley. Far corner to Nolan Short. Short with the ball, crosses over, looks inside, and he's called for a travel. Wow. So off the turnover, the Blue Jays will take possession. It's full court pressure from the Redskins. Quinn to get it in. He does to Burkett. Back to Quinn. Quinn up to Benson. Benson with Tinsley on him. Connor crosses over. He crosses half court. Gets it to Josiah McDaniel with Jaden Strong on him. Now over to Cole Wilcox, who then swings it to Burkett. Now over to Connor Benson. Inside to Josiah McDaniel. Tries to find Quinn Bales. And nice little nice little bunny shot there. 28-18. It's now a 10-point ball game. That quick here with 5:50 to go in the third. It's Tinsley on the other end of the floor, back to Short. And they're just kind of doing some similar stuff here that we saw in the first half. They swing it over to Jaden Strong. Strong looking inside. Drives in, over to Rowan Jordan. He finds space, puts up a double clutch right-handed layup. No good. Rebounded by Jaden Strong, and his putback is good. 28-20. And pushing it forward are the Blue Jays. It's Josiah McDaniel, picks up his dribble. Back to Quinn Bales, pops a 3, top of the key. No good, almost rattled around, no. And rebounded by Caleb Schwant, pushing it forward to Nolan Short, crossing over, inside, spins around, fades. No good, rebounded by Jaden Strong. Strong nice. Finds space, couldn't get it to go, rebounded by Rowan Jordan. He's going to bring it out to the far corner. Back up top to Short, who then finds Tinsley, top of the key at the volleyball line. Under 5 minutes to go, 28-20. Redskins need some points here. Short, back over to Jaden Strong. Strong now to the near corner. It's Jay-Sean Tinsley, back to Strong. Strong, top of the key, over to Tinsley. Connor Benson on him. Tinsley fakes right, goes left, now dribbling. Looking inside, back up top to Short. Short, now over to Strong. Strong to the far corner to Schwant. He's going to pop a 3. No good. And rebounded by Connor Benson with the help of Quinn Bales. Here they come. They push it forward to Quinn. Quinn going inside, finding space. Puts up the layup, blocked by a Redskin. Finds its way to the hands of Josiah McDaniel in the near corner. No good from 3. Rebounded by Jaden Strong. And here comes Jaden pushing it forward to Jay-Sean Tinsley. Tinsley over to Jaden Strong on the far side of the floor. He finds Schwant driving baseline, puts an up and under layup. They're calling a foul on the floor, I believe.
It's going to be on Lucas Burkett. That's his second.
Schwant inbounds to Rowan Jordan. Back to Schwant. Pops it from the left elbow. No good. Rebounded Connor Benson. 28-20. Last 4 minutes here in the third. The Blue Jays lead. Benson over to Wilcox. Wilcox over to Radke. Owen Radke on the far side of the floor. Now finds Connor Benson. Back over to Quinn Bales. Looking inside to Cole Wilcox. Entry passes there. Wilcox. Triple team stolen by the Redskins. Here comes Nolan Short. Pushes it up to Jaden Strong. Puts up the right-handed layup. No good. But a foul's called in the air. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 here, Coach.
It's going to be on Owen Radke. Kind of a late call on that one.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Also, Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Expressway. Jaden Strong's first free throw's up, away, and no good. Keeps it 28-20 here. You have an update?
Yeah, with 10 seconds left, OD's up 54-50.
Ooh, close one there. Might be able to squeak one by here and get the first win for the Bobcats. As he hits the second free throw back in our game, making it 28-21. The Blue Jays are on the other end of the floor with the ball. Quinn Bales entry pass to Josiah McDaniel, and then a foul from behind is called on Miles McLaughlin.
That'll be his second, team second.
You look across the way, you see the Knox Lady Redskins cheerleaders. You also see both schools, especially the Blue Jays, have a nice little student section going on. As an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket, finds it to Owen Radke, top of the key. Now swings it over to Connor Benson. Benson then finds Josiah McDaniel, pops a three, top of the key. No good. And fight for the rebound. Sam Hollum may have thrown it off the leg of Caleb Schwant, but there no.
He did, but he stepped on the sideline.
So he stepped on the line. Yep. So it's going to be Knox Redskin basketball, and they get it to Rowan Jordan to bring it across half court. No pressure from the Blue Jays. They're setting that man on the other end of the floor. It's Jaden Strong looking inside to Schwant. They need to get it to him there. He had space. Now back up top to Rowan Jordan. Jordan over to Schwant, driving baseline. Picks up his dribble. Almost lost it. Finds it to the hands of Nolan Short, and then back over to Rowan Jordan. Jordan crossover. Picks up his dribble, back to Miles McLaughlin here on the near side of the floor. Cross-court pass. Nolan Short, driving baseline, picks up his dribble. Back up top to Rowan Jordan. Now swings it to the top of the key. This is Miles McLaughlin driving inside. Back out to Jaden Strong. Strong driving in, finds space, puts up a shot off the glass. Nope, they're calling it on the floor. On 10, Owen Radke. His second of the night. As out-of-bounds play for the Knox Redskins, Caleb Schwant to take it out. Here comes the play. Schwant almost stolen by Connor Benson. It goes out of bounds. And you saw athletic director Mike Sharkozy pointing in the opposite direction as he held the ball.
Little bias there.
Yeah, he's saying, I hired you tonight. You better do what I say, buddy. Nope, it stays here. Redskin basketball. Rowan Jordan to take it out. Up top to Miles McLaughlin. Now swings it over to Jake Conroy. Conroy back up top to McLaughlin, and then over to Caleb Schwant in the near corner. Skip pass to Rowan Jordan. Jordan fakes the shot, driving inside. Picks up his dribble. Back to Miles McLaughlin. Fakes the shot, driving in. Over to Jake Conroy in the near corner. Josiah McDaniel on him. I know, and a lot of time is ticking. Over to Miles McLaughlin. McLaughlin over to Jordan. Back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin back to Jordan. Jordan over to Schwant. Far corner. Back to Jordan. Jordan. Crossover. Now over to Schwant. Spinning around. Post move. Yes, sir. Quinn Bales almost got a block, but Schwant had a half a step ahead of him. What a play that was. The Redskins bring it back within 5, 28-23. A minute 40 to go here in the third. Entry pass to Josiah McDaniel on the right block. Back out to Quinn Bales. Quinn dancing around, finding space. Back out to Owen Radke. Near three. Corner on the way. No good. And rebounded by Caleb Schwant, who pushes it forward to Jaden Strong. Jaden puts up the layup, and he gets it to go. 28-25, three-point ball game here. 1:20 to go in the third.
Yeah, Jaden Strong's had a really strong game.
He has. He's a squirrely. I don't know if that's the right word to call him.
Wiry.
He is wiry. And a timeout by head coach Kent Cheesem as he wants to talk things over, as they were leading by 10, coach, and that's been whittled down to 3.
Well, a couple nice moves. I mean, they're still standing a little bit. Obviously, it's working, but like I said, I'd like to see Schwant have his back to the basket. He made a nice move the last time, but I just think he's best with his back to the basket. I do have the Bobcats did get their first win, 55-50.
Wow. Well, congratulations to the Oregon Davis Bobcats. I'll see if we can get a word with head coach Larry Sennard in the Collins Insurance postgame show. Try to place a call and plug him into the board. But also I have another score. But congratulations to the Oregon Davis Bobcats picking up their first win of the year. They needed that when they were starving for it. And then with 2:54 left, the Culver Cavaliers lead Washington Township 52-43. So the Culver Cavaliers may have a win tonight as well. Entry pass for our game is to Connor Benson to bring it across half court. He hands off to Josiah McDaniel, then over to Lucas Burkett. Skip pass over to Quinn Bales, who entry pass to Cole Wilcox. Turnaround shot for the post is good. It's back to a 5-point ball game. Head coach Ken Cheeseman wanted a foul, too. Jake Conroy on the far side of the floor here. Last 40 seconds. Cole Wilcox on him. Tried to get it to Rowan Jordan. The ball's loose. Picked up by Jaden Strong. No good. His rebound is no good. Or his putback was no good. He got the rebound off the putback, and that goes, and then he's fouled. He gets the and one. Oh, man. So Jaden Strong has an opportunity to pull it within 2 points as he just pulled it within 3.
Like I said, he's the spark that they needed tonight right now. He's played extremely well for them.
As he's going to sink the 3-point play, making it 30-28 here. Good for Jaden Strong. Here comes Josiah McDaniel. Last 30 seconds here. Crosses half court between his legs. Jake Conroy all over him. Back over to Connor Benson. A little roughhousing, but they're letting him play. Love it. Connor Benson up top. They're going to hold it for one shot here. You knew the Redskins weren't going away. Not in this historic rivalry. It's Benson handing off to McDaniel. Back to Benson. Back to McDaniel. Big time three on the way. In and out. Rebounded by Lucas Burkett. They're going to get another shot. Last 3 seconds. Quinn Bales pops the three. No good. And I think Rowan Jordan got a hand on it, but that will be the end of the third quarter. Wow, 30-28. We've got a good one. Fourth quarter action is coming your way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know while harvest may be wrapping up, the work is not done. Taking care of livestock, maintaining equipment, planning for the next season, and managing financials keeps farmers and farm families busy throughout the holidays. Laying the groundwork for a successful 2024 means next year's laborers will reap higher rewards. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers Bank and Trust. When you're ready to make a plan for next year's financial success, come into our branch in North Judson, Knox, or Culver, or visit ffbt.com to learn more. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration your local Armstrong dealer a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
Back in the nest. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Terry Minix. We go to the fourth quarter. 30-28, the Blue Jays lead the Knox Redskins as we are back in action. It's Miles McLaughlin with the ball. He finds it to Rowan Jordan on the near corner. Looking in for Caleb Schwant. Nothing there. Back up top to McLaughlin. Swings it over to Jake Conroy. Then to the far corner. It's Jaden Strong. Strong back up to Jake Conroy. Conroy then over to Rowan Jordan. Last quarter here. The Redskins are trying to make a comeback. They're only down 2. They were down 10. Jordan, last 7:30 of the ball game. Crosses over McDaniel, almost loses it, picks up his dribble, over to Jaden Strong on the far side of the floor. Strong, now to Schwant. Schwant picks up his dribble, now over to Jake Conroy. Conroy with Quinn Bales on him. Crosses over, back up top to McLaughlin. McLaughlin to the far corner, Rowan Jordan. Looking inside, get him, he's there. Crossover, not now. Back up top to Conroy, almost overthrew him. Conroy getting inside, almost loses his dump off to Caleb Schwant, and the Redskins are going to tie the ball game up here. Josiah McDaniel now over to Lucas Burkett. Jake Conroy all over him. Now over to Cole Wilcox. The Redskins are on a run here, Coach. Wilcox hand off to Quinn Bales and then to Connor Benson. Over to Lucas Burkett, far side of the floor. Burkett looking inside, nothing there. Back up to Connor Benson. Over to Josiah McDaniel. McDaniel picks up his dribble. Back to Burkett, top of the key at the volleyball line. Last 6:30 here in the ball game. 30-30 inside. This is Connor Benson on the right block. Picks up his dribble. Back to Quinn Bales driving in. Pops up a shot off the glass. But they're calling him for a charge. Big time play.
I think he was there. It was kind of different because the one official was waiting on the other outside official to see what he was going to call, and he kind of nodded to him like,
"Yep,
you got it." So I think he was there. He might have got in underneath him a little bit, but them are just tough calls to make as an official. And, 50% of the people are going to be happy and 50% aren't going to like it.
And then the Redskins are going to throw it away.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. They tried to get it to Jake Conroy on the near side of the court in the corner, and they just overthrew it. So another turnover for the Redskins. I have 9 unofficially down for them and 7 for the Blue Jays unofficially. Inbound from Quinn Bales to Josiah McDaniel. Last 6 minutes here of the ball game. It's 30-30 in this historic rivalry. Nobody misses. We're so glad you've joined us here. McDaniel, far side of the court to Burkett. Back up top to Cole Wilcox. Then over to Connor Benson. Swings it over to Quinn Bales. Driving baseline. Pops up a little shot. No good. Rebounded by Jaden Strong. Jaden up to Jake Conroy. Here comes Jake crossing half court. Now to Miles McLaughlin in the near corner. Driving baseline. Has space. Puts up a double clutch shot. No good. But he's fouled and he'll go to the line. He held on to the ball in the air for that little double clutch, and that gave him a little more time, Coach.
Yeah, I think Quinn got that foul and it kind of bailed him out a little bit, because I'm not sure if he'd have made that.
McLaughlin misses the first. As tonight's game is sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong Air dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. McLaughlin gets the second free throw to go through as the Redskins take the lead, 31-30 here, 5:30 to go in the ball game. On the other end of the floor, it's Quinn Bales. Rowan Jordan on him. Caleb Schwat switches. Bales over to Burkett, looking inside to Wilcox. Wilcox back up top. This is Josiah McDaniel over to Connor Benson. Benson with Jake Conroy on him. Now hands back off to Josiah McDaniel. Over to Burkett. Then over to Bales. Bales entry pass to Cole Wilcox from the post. Puts a shot up off the glass. And the Blue Jays take back the lead. 32-31 here. McLaughlin pushes it forward to Rowan Jordan. Jordan back up to McLaughlin. McLaughlin over to Jake Conroy. Conroy wants someone at the block there, Coach, and he didn't get him. Back over to Rowan Jordan. Now over to Jaden Strong. Strong over to Conroy. Conroy up top to McLaughlin. Under 5 minutes here.
I'm surprised that Coach Eskridge hasn't called the timeout here to kind of set them up, see what they're going to do this last 5 minutes. I mean, he's got 5 timeouts here, so kind of a lot of standing again. And
blocked, but he's fouled as he had a post move down low, Coach. He just, again, that would have been a tough shot to make even if they didn't foul him. And that puts Schwann at the line to shoot 2.
That's going to be on Burkett. That's his 3rd.
First free throw from Schwann is good. As tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by NEPCO Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Second free throw on the way from Schwant. No good, too hard. And then fighting for the rebound was Cole Wilcox and Jaden Strong. It goes out of bounds, last touch by the Blue Jays. Wow.
Last 4 minutes, 40 seconds. I'm just curious if either one of these coaches are going to switch what they're doing and get a little more up-tempo, a little more pressure. They've kind of stayed within their game plan, and that's why it's 32-32 right now. You know, low scoring, but kind of methodical, but it's obviously what the coaches wanted.
Jake Conroy, near side of the floor here. Connor Benson on him. Kicks it over to Miles McLaughlin. McLaughlin. Entry pass to Schwann at the left elbow. Back out to McLaughlin. 3 on the way. No good. Fight for the rebound, and Quinn Bales comes up with it. Bales doubled. Redskins wanted to travel. Here comes Bales behind his back. Almost, stolen by Jaden Strong, and a jump ball's called, meaning it'll stay here. Blue Jay basketball.
He tried to roll over and get a timeout, but they called the jump.
We aren't the only game that's tied right now with 5.3 seconds left. Culver's tied 55-55 with Washington Township. Back in our game, it's 32-32 with 4 minutes to go. There's some great Indiana basketball going on in the area. Radke.
I told you this was going to be a pick'em.
This is a pick'em tonight, yeah. No kidding. Miles McLaughlin Jake Conroy is on Josiah McDaniel, and he drives around Jake. And a foul is called going in for the layup. The foul's on Jake.
That's his first.
And that puts Josiah McDaniel at the line. Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Jim and your entire family. First free throw from Josiah McDaniel is no good, keeping the score tied at 32 apiece. McDaniel at the line, coming into tonight, averaging just under 17 points a night. Sinks the second of 2. 33-32, the Blue Jays lead here. Jake Conroy comes across half court and kicks it to Miles McLaughlin. Back to Jake Conroy. Conroy over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the ball. Entry pass to Caleb Schwant. Now finds Rowan Jordan. Dump off to Jaden Strong. And he's fouled. 2 Blue Jays came over to help. We'll see who it's on.
Blue Jays went to that zone. They found a little open gap in there.
Yep, they're calling it on.
They're calling that on Quinn Bales. That's his third.
So that puts Jaden Strong at the line. Free throws are happening a lot here right now, as we thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Jaden Strong misses the first of 2, but he makes the second of 2, and now it's tied again at 33. 33-33, 3:33 to go in the fourth. Quinn Bales crosses half court, gets it to Connor Benson. Now over to Josiah McDaniel. McDaniel back up top to Cole Wilcox, who then finds Owen Radke. Now over to Connor Benson. Benson up top. Quinn Bales, top of the key, going inside.
Nice move.
And he gets the and one to go. Quinn Bales. What a nice move on the inside. He took the ball over a defender, took the foul, and then laid it up off the glass, making it look easy. They've listed Quinn at 6'4". Coach, I think he was 6'3" or 6'2" last year. He looks a lot taller. That 1 inch made him look a lot taller this year.
I tell you what, he is definitely their go-to player. I mean, you need a basket. I think that's the guy you got to go to.
And he had just made the three-point play, so now it's 3-point lead, 36-33, and the Redskins have the ball on the other end of the floor, trailing. Jake Conroy pops the 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. Connor Benson comes up with it. No, that's Cole Wilcox. And he gets it to Quinn Bales. Back to Connor Benson, and here comes Benson, pushing it forward to Owen Radke. Radke with Jaden Strong on him. Last 2:45 here. Tempo picked up a little bit. Quinn Bales over to Cole Wilcox. Wilcox back up top to Connor Benson. Now over to Owen Radke. Entry pass to Quinn Bales. Spinning around. Fading shot. The ball gets stuck in the corner.
It should be Knox ball.
Yep. So they get the ball loose as it was stuck in the corner, fading away there, almost like a Dirk Nowitzki style of shot. He was kind of reminding me of Dirk there. As the Redskins entry pass to Miles McLaughlin here, and he's going to bring it across half court. McLaughlin gets it over to Jake Conroy. Connor Benson on him, last 2:20. Redskins trail 36-33. Rowan Jordan to the far corner. It's Miles McLaughlin. Now back up top to Rowan Jordan. Jordan over to Jake Conroy. Entry pass to Caleb Schwant, spinning around at the free throw line. Picks up his dribble, back up top to Rowan Jordan. Last 2 minutes here in the Nest. We're so glad you've joined us on KVB's WKVI. It's stolen by Quinn Bales. And Quinn gets it to Connor Benson. Benson over to Josiah McDaniel, driving in, back out to Owen Radke, over to Connor Benson. Entry to Cole Wilcox, turnaround shot from the post is good. 38-33, 5-point ball game, minute 30 to go.
I think he's going to need a timeout, yep.
And he takes it. Joe Eskridge takes a full timeout as we thank 5-Star for being part of this wonderful tradition. We also thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5-Star in the Knox Mall.
Man, you're getting better at that, Mitch. I'm glad you don't have me do that. Hey, this is a great game. This is exactly what we thought would happen. I think you're going to see a little more up-tempo out of the Knox, down 5 with a minute 35 to go. They've got to get a good possession, what we've been saying all night long. They've got to get the ball inside, I really believe, to Caleb Schwant. And, and with his back to the basket, and hopefully, get a basket or an and one or something and get the clock stopped. But, it's a little more urgency.
Score update from the Culver-Washington Township game. They're going to overtime, Coach.
Whoa.
Tied at 55. Remember, they were up with 2:54 to go. The Cavs, 52-43. I guess from what Paul Dunn told me, Culver couldn't stop turning the ball over, allowing Washington Township to tie things up. Now they're in overtime at 55 apiece. And still awaiting a score update on Winnemac, as they, of course, were in a game against Rossville tonight for round 2 of the Indiana Kitchen Classic. And that's being held in Delphi this evening. But back in our game, 38-33, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the Knox Redskins in this historic rivalry by 5, 1:35 to go.
Judson's still in that 2-3 zone.
That zone has something head coach Cheesem and his coaching staff have put in here late in the game. Rowan Jordan skip past to Miles McLaughlin, fakes the 3, now dribbles. Up top to Jake Conroy, last minute 20. Over to Rowan Jordan. Jordan. Back over to Miles McLaughlin and then swings it over to Jake Conroy. Conroy back up top to Rowan Jordan. Jordan over to Miles McLaughlin. Driving baseline. Skip pass over to the far corner. It's Jake Conroy back to Miles McLaughlin. He's driving baseline. Pops it from 14. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Jaden Strong. Under a minute here. To Caleb Schwant at the right elbow. Back to Jake Conroy. Pops the 3. No good. And rebounded by Cole Wilcox, but a foul is called on the inside, stopping the clock at 49.9 seconds. I think it's on a Redskin.
Jordan.
Yep.
Rowan Jordan, that's going to be his third.
So full court pressure from the Redskins here, down by 5 with 49.9 seconds. They get it into Connor Benson, the Blue Jays do. Here comes Benson. Up to Josiah McDaniel, who crosses half court here. McDaniel.
I don't think you're going to see many shots out of the Blue Jays.
No, they're holding. And Jake Conroy's going to have to foul sooner than later or try to steal. Back over to Connor Benson, and there's the foul.
They got to give another foul, too. So.
Yep. So there's the foul. Miles McLaughlin gives it to Connor Benson. It stops the clock at 32.6 seconds. The Blue Jays lead 38-33 in this historic rivalry. Nobody misses.
You got to get a foul right away. If you don't get the steal, you foul right away.
Quinn to get it in. He does to Connor Benson. Back to Quinn.
That's
the guy you don't want to foul.
You don't want to foul.
Nope. And the Quinn's not going to get rid of it. You can guarantee it.
Yep.
Rowan's going to have to foul him under 25 seconds here.
Oh, he traveled. He traveled.
He is calling a foul, and I think head coach Joe Eskridge wanted it too. Wanted the travel is what I mean.
That's his fourth, Rowan.
So that's going to put the sharpshooter, Quinn Bales, at the line, who hasn't missed a free throw tonight yet, right, Coach?
No, he's 7 for 7. We probably shouldn't have said that.
Well, jeez.
I know.
First free throw from Bales.
Okay. That makes me feel better. It makes me feel better.
I have pretty strong feelings he's going to hit the second one, too. He's just a sharp shooter. He's a good shooter.
He's definitely their go-to guy.
He's the guy. He's practicing free throws probably in the morning before practice. He missed the second one.
There you go.
6-point lead, last 20 seconds. Miles McLaughlin gets it to Rowan Jordan. Near corner, back up to Miles, over to Schwant, pops the 3, top of the key.
Not sure if that's
no good. Rebounded by Miles, pops it from 13, in and out, no good. Saved by Lucas Burkett, but he touched the line, and it goes out of bounds. Stops the clock at 6.4 seconds. Nolan Short will check in for Jaden Strong. 39-33, 6.4 seconds here. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Knox Redskins. Nolan Short to take it out. Kicks it out up top to Rowan Jordan. Back to Short. Pops it in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Cole Wilcox, and that will be the end of the ball game. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays take care of business against the Knox Redskins in this historic rivalry. Just a couple of days before Christmas. Huge win for the Blue Jays. 39-33 is our final, as we are going to take a break and come back for the Collins Insurance post-game show. we will have a chance to talk with head coach of the Oregon Davis Bobcats, Larry Sennert. I got the text. We're going to make sure and get a phone call with him during the Collins Insurance postgame show. We'll also most likely hear from both of the head coaches in Kent Cheatham and Joe Eskridge during the Collins Insurance postgame show. You don't want to go anywhere. More entertainment is coming your way here on this Friday night. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
39-33 is the final as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays beat the Knox Redskins. Huge win for them in this historic rivalry. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Terry Minix. Coach, we saw a pretty good game overall. What do you think?
Right. It was exactly what we thought. I mean, it was just one of them backyard battles that, it just who was going to get through it. I mean, it was tied for, into the fourth quarter and who was going to prevail and knock down free throws, and you get the right people at the free throw line, and obviously when you get a Quinn Bales at the free throw line, that's the right person.
Absolutely. Quinn did an excellent job tonight. He really just at the line did a very solid job. And, I mean, the playmaker. He was the playmaker tonight for the Blue Jays, and he made things happen. I think the Redskins did a good job of taking their time on each possession. It just was making sure they were getting the best shot on that possession.
Oh, for sure. It was one of them games that, wasn't really fast-paced, where there wasn't a lot of running, jumping, pressing, screaming all over the floor, but I think they did exactly what both teams did exactly what the coaches had for their game plan, and a couple free throws here or there by the Redskins, and a couple turnovers, a couple shots that didn't fall, and that's the difference in the game. When I knew it was going to be a close game, like we said in the beginning, it was going to be a pick-em, and it pretty much was.
Well, we look around our other area schools. The Culver Cavaliers are in overtime right now with Washington Township. Winnemac is tied right now with Rossville, 43-43 with under 4 minutes to go. One of our other area schools' game is already over, and it's the Oregon Davis Bobcats. Big-time win for them. They got in the win column, and we have him on the line. It's head coach of the Oregon Davis Bobcats, Larry Sennert. Coach, big-time win for you. How you feeling?
We're feeling great. I thought the kids found a way tonight. I mean, we've been struggling to score, struggling to do the right things, and tonight they put it together. And it wasn't easy, but we found a way to win.
Well, congratulations, Coach. I mean, any win's a good win. So, did anybody really, stand out for you tonight? Do some things that was different and you needed to get that W?
No, not really. We played, we had a good scouting report. Coach did a great job. We had it ready. We knew what they were going to do. We got to limit our unforced turnovers. We caused more problems ourselves than we really, it's probably been our biggest problem. We really thought we played fairly well in the lacrosse game. We should have won. We didn't. That's just the way it goes. And we came in this game tonight, and, it's pretty much the same kids scored. Matthews had 24. He had another great night. Wow. We figured out we have to get him the ball. Once we got him the ball, this third quarter and fourth quarter, after he scored a lot of his points in the first half, it left other kids open. They hit shots. Hewitt had 11 then out of that. So, everybody came. We had almost every player score tonight, which was good,
Wow.
So.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, a way to go into the holiday break here. I know you've got some work to do, probably practicing over Christmas break still, but what a way to do it right before Christmas. I'm sure it was a great locker room at the end of that game.
It was, and sometimes we get down, and I talked to Coach Minix this morning a little bit there. You get down and thinking things aren't going the way you need to go, but a credit to the kids. They kept playing. They're working hard. They're trying to get better every day at practice, and we're going to win games. We're going to find a way one way or another, and we're going to get better. We work every day to do that, and that's the goal. And I think this is a big help for us to get this win.
Oh, for sure. I tell you, watching Matthew down low against Tri-Township the other day, I mean, that's just going to make them, the kids got to understand them shooters on the outside are going to be that much better, because if he's got his back to the basket and they can't stop him down low and you can have an inside out, you're going to win a lot of games, and they're going to score a lot of points on that outside.
Well, yeah, the first 3 quarters that he played, he hasn't practiced for a couple of days. He's been sick, but he's been there every day. Okay, so in the fourth quarter, he only had 2 points. Credit to him, because they were double teaming him, and once he realized that, he kicked the ball out to shooters, and that's when a couple of other kids got up and hit some shots and kept us in the game. It was a 5-point game. It should have been a 10-point game, but we had a few fouls there down the stretch we shouldn't have. But overall, the kids played hard. I'm very proud of them.
Well, it sounds like you guys shared the ball well, and you did the little things that you needed to do, and hopefully that snowballs a little bit for 2024 and gets things rolling for you.
Yep, I hope so, and I think so too. I really do. I think this was just the mental aspect of the game. These kids are starting to see it, and we'll get there.
Well, Coach, I sure do appreciate your time and hopping on here. It means a lot. Congratulations on a big-time win tonight. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Hey, thank you, and thanks for all your support by both of you. Appreciate WKBI.
Thanks, buddy. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you, Coach. Take care.
Yep, thanks. Merry Christmas.
All right, that is head coach Larry Sennert of the Oregon-Davis Bobcats. We appreciate his time this evening. A big-time win for the Oregon-Davis Bobcats, Coach. What a moment, and we had an opportunity to talk with Larry. That means a lot. That's something that I'm hoping we can try to do in the post-game, is maybe call some of our other area coaches that played that night, especially if they won, if we could get them on the air. So I sure do appreciate head coach Larry Sennert.
Well, that's kind of a neat thing, Mitch. I mean, that you've kind of brought to the station this year, and just hearing the other coaches, because you can't clone yourself and be at the 8 different schools, so you've got to try to get as many on and talk to them as much as you can, and I think you do a great job of that, by able to figure all that stuff out. Now, I'm no techie guy, that's for sure.
It's just plugging it in.
Well,
it's not that hard.
Trust me, I would struggle with just plugging it in. So they're just one of them things, but I think that's great, and that's great for our little community, and I think the coaches really like that.
Good for the Bobcats tonight.
Yeah, Bobcats getting a win.
That's what it's really about.
It's fun, It's good. I mean, it's a great time of the year. First of all, it's basketball time, so it's always a great time, but it's the holiday season, and when you're here with your family, and you can listen to the radio and hear your nephew or your niece or your daughter or whoever are playing. That's a great time. Everybody gets to hear that. So being able to have Coach Sennert on here and being able to talk to him after his first victory is a great thing as well.
Well, we are lucky enough to also talk with head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Kent Cheesem. Boy, had some fireworks there at the end of the game, but you guys were able to pull it out. What'd you see on your side?
Yeah, well, Quinn Bales got the ball a few times late for us, and that was really what we needed. I give them a lot of credit. I'm sure they out-rebounded us tonight. I thought they got more 50-50 balls than us. And for us to come through and make the plays at the end like that, I felt really good about our ball club.
Yeah, you talk about Quinn Bales, but also, Cole Wilcox did a very good job on the inside with Caleb Schwant. We kept talking about Caleb trying to get going, and he just didn't have the night that he normally does.
No, we talked a lot about him in practice and coming into the game, and it's not just Cole. Lucas Burkett was guarding him. Our perimeter guys, we talk a lot about how our perimeter guys have to see and guard the post as well as the guys that are inside, and making it tough to get it in there to him is part of the battle, because once that guy gets it, He's really good. So I felt like we kept it out of his hands for the most part, and that's the key to guarding him.
Well, I said in the pregame, he asked me a key to the game, and I thought you guys getting to the free throw line and making free throws, and I guess it makes it look like I knew what I was talking about. You guys were 9 for 11, but getting the right person to the free throw line and getting a Bales to the free throw line is always a good point.
Yeah, we feel pretty comfortable when he gets there. I think, did he just miss one tonight, maybe?
Yeah, he missed one. He probably would have made them all, but Mitch said, well, I'm pretty confident he's going to make this one too, so I'm blaming that one.
I think that was Coach Shepard on the bench. I think he said, hey, he had missed one all night. And
I said, he's going to make it, Coach. He's a sharpshooter, and then he missed it. Sorry, Coach.
But you limited the amount of turnovers too. I thought you did a nice job on turnovers for the most part. I think, what'd you end up with?
Yeah, I only had you down unofficially for 7, but that's unofficial.
We'll take 7 every night. If we're 8 or less, we feel pretty good about it. Connor Benson did a really nice job handling the ball for us and getting us in things. He does every game. I think he's really an unsung hero for us.
Yes.
He's been through the wards. He played a little bit as a freshman, a little bit as a sophomore. Started for us last year. And he does a lot of things. He rebounds well. Last game out, our point guard had 11 rebounds.
Yeah.
You don't get that very often.
No.
So Connor has a knack for making the right play.
Also, I thought Sam Hollum had great minutes for you as well, and I was glad to see him back out. I know he dealt with a knee injury during football season.
Yeah, and Sam's had some really, really good games for us recently, and he's crafty. He's one of the smartest players we have. There's a guy that, he's not going to jump over you for your rebound, but there's a kid who had 7 rebounds last game as well. And he understands positioning. He understands passing angles. He can knock down a shot for you. So between him and Owen Radke, who come off the bench, I feel pretty good about those two guys giving us a lift when they come in.
Was one of your focuses to keep the ball out of Schwant's hand a little bit? Because he really, especially in the first half, was kind of away from the basket. You guys were doing a good job of, if he did get it, you were doubling down on him. But he didn't really get a lot of looks. That's
a big part of guarding him. If we can keep him from getting the ball, we got a lot better chance of guarding him. He's a big, strong kid. He's got a nice touch. He can step out to that high post and make a shot from there as well. So he was a big key for us in the scouting report.
So where do you go from here? You got a little break, a little Christmas break?
We'll give them 3 days off, so they'll get tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday off. Or wait, what is today?
Christmas is on Monday, Coach. You got practice on Christmas?
No. So we got the next 3 days off. We'll be back
hardcore.
Floor on Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday practice, and then we go to Couts for a holiday tournament up there. That's new for us. So 2 games in 1 day will be a good test for our team. And playing at Couts is awful tough, and they got a nice club. They beat Westville the night before we played Westville and looked pretty good doing it. So I've watched a little bit of Trinity Greenlawn on film. I'm not as familiar with them, but they play really hard. They got a nice zone and physical team. So we'll see what we can do.
One of the things I noticed, obviously, was low scoring, 39-33. Maybe because you guys are going to play again. You guys play. You played Knox again, right?
Yeah, they played twice.
So, it was kind of a slowdown. Is that typically what? This first time I've seen you play this year.
I mean, I think this is the lowest scoring game we've had. I mean, we've been in the 50s most of the year. It's just one of those things. The way both teams were guarding each other.
Yeah, nobody seemed like they wanted to press. Knox pressed a little bit,
right,
but nobody really changed the tempo of the game.
No, and we're not as up tempo as maybe we have been in the past.
Okay.
We're playing 7 guys instead of 9 or 10. And I think that's something that we got to work on. We got to find some ways to maybe not the entire game, but speed up the tempo from now and again, and figure out how to get a couple quick turnovers. Maybe be more spurty with that. And we did press more of a zone press there, and we did create a couple turnovers with that. But they weren't the kind that were really live ball turnovers that we turned into buckets right away.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying the way the game was going, the way I'd seen you in the past, because obviously you win, it doesn't make a difference. You did exactly what you wanted to do.
No, we're a little different this year, and offensively we're not running quite the same thing. and similar in some ways, but I think it fits our personnel better.
Good.
So.
Well, and we kind of had talked about that during that football game in August. Well, it was probably September. You said we were in store for a different-looking Blue Jay team, but this is a fun Blue Jay team to watch. And
they are. I've had a lot of compliments on our team. People really like the way they move the ball.
Yes.
We're working the ball inside out. The ball doesn't stick in anybody's hands.
That's what I said.
It's just our chemistry is really good, and our roles are really defined. And I didn't have to do much of that. Sometimes, Coach, you got to help them define the roles.
Right.
Our kids bought into that from day one. They kind of already knew, and we've got smart kids, and they know what they can do. And it's been a lot of fun. They work really hard in practice too. It's been a fun group every day.
What's Christmas at the Cheesham's house look like?
Oh, this year we'll have it at my house.
Okay.
We'll host a little bit, and then my parents will come, and my wife's dad will be there, and her sister, and so the whole family will be around.
Good.
And, we'll get to be there. So it's
we'll
a great
try to
time of
enjoy
year.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe don't think about basketball the whole day.
Well, I come from a basketball family, so I know what we'll be talking a lot about. But that's just the way we've always done it.
Well, Coach, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your family.
Right,
Thanks
you
for your
guys.
time.
Yep, thank you guys.
Congratulations,
All right.
Coach.
That is head coach Kent Cheesam of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays as they came away with a big-time win, 39-33, over their historic rival, the Knox Redskins. We're going to take a break and come back for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
Back here in the nest, we'll have our Stark County Co-op play of the game here in just a moment as we have an opportunity to talk with head coach of the Knox Redskins, Joe Eskridge. Coach, tough loss tonight, but we were talking throughout the entire game. We thought you guys did a really good job of trying to take the most time that you could on each possession and not rush a shot. And you guys were there all the way to the end. You were down by 10 at one point. You crawled back in to tie it up. What were some things that you went through throughout this game that you can share with us?
Yeah, I mean, it was a battle. And I think, come down to the end there and Bales made a play, got to a bucket and one when it was 2, I think, and then put them up 5 and kind of, but it was right there, 1 point back and forth in the fourth quarter, and they had a timely play and they got it and we didn't. So I mean, I thought our guys did a good job of battling and staying tough, and just a couple plays short tonight, I guess.
And what was the game plan going in? Just looked at like in the beginning, you guys were standing around a little bit, and I know you made a substitution to try to change that but it looked like you were standing. But what were you trying to do in the very beginning there?
I mean, we're trying to get the ball inside to Caleb, and I think they packed it in pretty good and took that away, and then so our guys were a little bit slow to react to, going on to the next look, and and that to start, they got out, and that, you go back, you think about the fourth quarter, but they started off the game better than us, right. And then but they got a little bit of a lead there, and our guys stayed tough. They come back, and like we talked about before the game, I thought we did a really good job of taking care of the ball and rebounded the ball well. It was just you got to put it all together with a good shooting night, because that's I think that's where we just really struggled to put the ball in the basket tonight. Inside, got to give them credit. They played tough defense and forced our guys into tougher shots at times. But it's sometimes, and we missed some shots that we would normally hit. So I mean, I go back. I mean, it was a good battle. Unfortunate on the other end of it this time.
Well, you get another chance at them, though, which is always nice. And what did you learn from this one that maybe, not that I'm asking you to give a game plan for the next one, but, what did you learn that maybe you say, oh, okay, we got maybe an opportunity that I didn't realize we could get?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of kind of, the adjustments we made at halftime to come out. I thought in the second half we were a little bit more poised, and some of the things I think they learned tonight is, where against LaPorte we kind of struggled with a little bit of pressure. They tried to pressure, and our guys just handle it. So then they'd have to kind of, just kind of go back into their stuff. So, I mean, those little things that we see, like, okay, like we understand that, hey, what they're trying to do, and, right. and then we can be more ready for it next time.
Well, you pressured a little bit there in the third quarter, in the second quarter. You guys pressured a little bit. Is it something that you thought maybe towards the end of the game to go to? But you got the lead, so you probably said, well, there's no need for us to do that. But I didn't know if to change the tempo a little bit.
Coach Cheesem is he's won a lot of games, and he's pretty sharp. He understanding. Where we want to trap and maybe jump in the backcourt. Well, he has Bales taking it out. So, if we could gamble and to leave him, and so we knew that coming in. We said play it, stay. If we get an opportunity, we will. And so maybe next time we can maybe try to do some different things.
That's the nice thing. You get another shot at them. I don't know which one counts for the conference or how that all works.
It's the next one.
It's the next one. So this one's just to feel each other out. And, just see if you want to.
the appetite.
Yeah, if you really want to go on a date on the next one. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's I was just like we were laughing, but this is kind of the strangest thing. But
it is interesting.
Especially coming from not ever. Playing in a conference to come over here, and then now you got one that travels for a conference and one that don't. So I guess we're going to pick one. Let's
be the next one.
Especially at home.
Yeah.
Well, now you go into the holiday season. I know you're a part of the Plymouth, or it's the Plymouth holiday tournament, correct?
Yep, at Plymouth.
Yeah, so talk me through that. I haven't been to the Plymouth tournament. What goes on there? Who do you face first, do you know?
Plymouth.
Oh, okay. So Plymouth you face first. What do you know about them that you can share with us?
Be honest, I haven't looked too much at them yet. I got some films I've kind of peeked at, but I mean we've been, preparing for North Judson here, and we got a little bit of time over Christmas here to, a couple practices, get back and get ready, go over there and hopefully bring home a holiday tourney win.
Well, I sure do appreciate your time this evening, Coach. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Yes, to you guys too.
Merry Christmas,
you guys,
buddy.
Merry Christmas.
Best of luck in that tournament.
Yes, sir.
You'll get them.
That's head coach Joe Eskridge of the Knox Redskins. Tough loss tonight, but they battled hard. They were right there all the way to the end. 39-33 was the final, as it's now time for our Stark County Co-op play of the game, Coach? I know there's a lot of plays.
There's a lot of plays, but I was going to go with one little different, but even Coach Eskridge talked about it. I think Quinn Bales' and one, I think, was the big difference in that game. The Knox get ahead and get it close, and then he gets a good look and gets an in-one, and that kind of was the end of it. But for that reason, Quinn Bales will have the Stark County play of the game.
Well, we have another opportunity to talk with one of our area coaches. It's Kyle Evans, head coach of the Culver Cavs. They went into overtime all the way to the end. Tough loss, but let's go ahead and bring in Coach Evans. Coach, talk us through the game tonight and what we missed. It seemed like it was a good one all the way to the end.
We kind of jumped out to an early lead. It stayed pretty close the entire game. We got up 15 in the fourth quarter, and we're in really good shape. And then, I don't know, I'll call it what it is, I guess. The officials, they let the Washington Township physically assault their way back into the game, and we didn't get fouls called. And I don't know what more to tell my kids. They're doing everything I asked for them. They were just getting raked and hammered. And, when you're down 15 as officials, that the other team's fouling on purpose. They're trying to chase fouls. And I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I don't have much good to say about the finish of the game from the officiating standpoint. And I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying it. But you know what? When I don't do a good job as a coach, everyone complains. So if the officials don't do a good job, then dang it, I'm gonna complain.
Well, Coach, this is Coach Minix. It's one of them things where now they've changed the rating system, and you have to you rate them after every game. So hopefully they honestly use that stuff. You'd like to think they do, but we don't really know.
Oh, you know what I wish? I wish that they would let you add your comments onto that. I like the rating thing, but to me it's probably all a crock. Let me add comments, and then I'll take it serious.
Yeah, a little comment card.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, you end things not the way you wanted it to, I know, but you're going into the holiday break here. What are you preparing for next?
We got Caston coming out of break, and despite their record, they're one of our better teams on our schedule. Probably the top half of our conference as far as talent-wise. So it's not going to get any easier for us. It would have been a lot nicer going in 6-2 into the break, but 5-3 is a pretty good spot for us. And right now, we still control our own destiny in conference as long as we win out. So still got a lot to play for.
Well, Coach, I sure do appreciate your time and hopping on here. I know it's not easy talking after a tough loss, but this is something new we're trying to do, and if there's other area games going on, we'd love to have the coaches on, and I appreciate you being available for this. It means a lot.
Yeah, Mitch, this is really cool, and you get some of my candid honesty.
No, hey, I love it, man. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to go into Christmas break anyway else. You fired me up, Coach. I'm ready to go out there and play.
Hey, yep, I'm fired up for my kids, and they earned one and got taken away tonight.
That's a good coach.
Hey, as you should be, Coach. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family. Try to enjoy it and hopefully put this one in the rear view right away.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. I appreciate you.
All right, that is head coach of the Culver Cavaliers, Kyle Evans. Tough loss tonight as they unfortunately fell in the end, 65-62 in overtime. Man, that was a tough one, but we found out exactly what happened right away from head coach Kyle Evans. We appreciate that, and I don't know how these coaches are just available at the drop of a hat. I remember Coach had to help us get on the bus and then get on the bus and calm us down. It's just these guys are able to step away real quick for us. It's awesome.
Well, when the way things are now with the the internet and all these cell phones, back when I started, I don't know if cell phones were around. I think we had to stop at a payphone, and if Superman went in there,
that was before the big block cell phone. What about the briefcase cell phones? Was that before that time too?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, Mitch. Okay, so what you're doing now, like I said, I've given you enough compliments tonight, so I don't want to give you any more.
Please, move on.
But it is nice. It's nice to hear from these other coaches, like I say, especially during the holiday season.
Well, we're going to take a break and come back for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game from our game. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays beat the Knox Redskins in this historic rivalry 39-33. We'll be back for the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Mitch?
It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson-San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Coach, who do you got in mind?
Well, I don't think there's any surprise. This one wears number 14 for North Judson-San Pierre, and he had 10 points, and he should have been 9 for 9 from the line if Mitch wouldn't have kind of jinxed him on that last one.
That's but not my fault. Mom would have said, it don't matter. You put a jinx on anybody, you're supposed to sink that.
But he was 8 for 9 from the line, which is still pretty good.
That's still very good.
He had 18 points, and I had him for 3 rebounds and 3 steals. For that reason, our player of the game tonight is Quinn Bales.
Quinn Bales. He provides a lot of highlight moments, and he is going to be a playmaker for these Blue Jays this season. He's going to be fun to watch.
Like we said, he's their go-to. When they need a basket, just get out of the way. Like I said, the old give and go, give the ball to Quinn Bales and go rebound, and there's probably not going to be a rebound.
We also had another score update as Winnemac beats Rossville 55-43. Of course, they were in the second round of the Indiana Kitchen Classic. They're going to move on. Big-time win for head coach Mike Springer and the Winnemac Warriors. We haven't had a chance to actually meet Mike Springer yet. He is a newly acquired coach for the Winnemac Warriors, doing a fantastic job. They won tonight in round 2 of the Indiana Kitchen Classic. We will hopefully be seeing Mike Springer. Well, we know we're definitely going to be seeing Mike Springer in the new years. We have several Winnemac games on our schedule. We'll have a chance to meet with him as well as have him on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We've talked with Oregon Davis after their win. We've talked with Culver after their tough loss. We've talked with Knox after their tough loss. We've talked with Judson after their big win. We're making things happen. There is no Saturday Sports Line tomorrow or the week after. Just to remind all of our listeners, our next Saturday Sports Line will be Saturday, January 6th, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, as KVB's WKVI Sports will be back in action next year on January 5th to see the Knox Lady Redskins host the Winnemac Lady Warriors. We will be going live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. We also invite you to follow us on social media, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter, at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Coach.
Well, it was a fun night. I mean, it's a fun way to end 2023 with this backyard brawl, so to speak. It was a great game, one of them that, you always say somebody has to lose, but it was a fun game to watch. We had a lot of people here tonight, so good way to end 2023. And I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody out there, you and your family, Mitch.
You as well.
Make sure you're safe trip down to Indianapolis or down home, and so we can have you back for the 2024.
Well, I appreciate that. Let's hope I can make it home safe.
I'm just looking out for you, man. I'm a father, so I got that father thing.
What's Christmas look like at the Minix household, Coach?
It's whatever my wife says we're doing.
She's in charge on Christmas.
On Christmas? Okay. Pretty much every day.
Pretty much every day.
But no, it's a great time. It's a great time for everybody. I know getting out and being around the family and, the weather. Obviously, we're not going to have a white Christmas. We're going to have a wet Christmas, it looks like. But it doesn't really matter because you remember the reason for the season and the family time that we're about to, get with before we start off 2024.
That was our third Knox North Judson-San Pierre boys rivalry matchup together.
Yeah,
we're knocking these out one by one. Just time's flying.
But they're a lot of fun.
Like
I said, I told you, anytime they play, it's a war out there, and it's no different tonight. So a lot of fun, and like I say, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Our final in this one, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays beat the Knox Redskins 39-33. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our sports analyst Terry Minix, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here's the three in the corner on the way! Yes! Yes! Big time three at a big time moment.
One thing that I always hope for is a white Christmas. It just really reminds me of my childhood and being with the family. This is Mitch Columbi wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The spirit of Christmas lives every day right here on K99.3 WKVI.